Hello and welcome to a very special Beyond Bulbasaur. I'm your host, Kendall. With me in the March Madness bracket, I don't think we ever had like a name for these bracket things, but are my two annual co-hosts. We have Jordan.
Hello.
And Mike.
Hello.
Okay, so today we are doing a bracket because it's March, and hopefully I post this before the end of March. I think last year we recorded on like March 31st or something. But I think my understanding, as I say every year, my understanding is that just like in the NCAA, we're gonna put two teams up against each other and vote to see which is better. Because I think that's how it works in the NCAA. They vote to decide whether Duke or Florida is better, and then we're going to go through this bracket and see who's the best. And what we are bracketing, what we are deciding on is who's the best type. What's the best type in Pokemon? In all of Pokemon, there are 18 regular types, and then there's 2 weird ones. We'll go through those. Basically I've got 4 regions. We've got an elemental region, a supernatural region. Actually, this is kind of like a things you'd find in the forest region. I don't know. What would you call that other one?
If it wasn't for their ice, I would just play it out. Say like,
you could find ice in a forest. It just might be a Minnesota forest, but you could find ice.
Northern forest.
Okay, actually, here I know how to fix it. This is going to compromise the whole thing, but I think it works. So we switch that and that, and now. Flying, fairy, bug, and grass, things you would find in a forest. Okay.
There you go.
That works. And then water, fire, ice, and electric. Yeah, and then the last one is wild cards. These are the ones that yeah. I haven't decided whether we're posting the video or not, but at least I'll probably post a screenshot of the I'll post a screenshot of the bracket so you can see the different regions. So before we got started, we established that there's no criteria for what makes this the best type, what makes something the best type. I feel very strongly that any attempt at objectivity in these sorts of discussions is dumb. So just, completely be subjective. But Jordan, what criteria are you looking for in a good, what's a good Pokemon type to you look like?
So I'm honestly going to try and think of the ones that are just the type, because cross typing kind of messes with things. But I'm gonna, like, when we go to a type, I'm gonna take a quick look and see like how many are just that type. Like if we look at all the water, I'm looking at pure water types. But I'm also going to be like how much fun it is those Pokemon are, and how much fun I remember moves that I definitely recall as this type being, that are probably going to influence a lot of things.
Yeah, that's good. Mike, I remember that in the first year when we were talking about gym leaders, you often just chose the one that had the type advantage. Is that how you're going to do? Is that how you're going to do it this year?
I'm going to do it just based on what I personally like.
All right. Very good.
So it's all based on what do I like in type in Pokemon. So that feels like the right way to do it for me.
I really thought about like doing some sort of weird statistical thing where I was like, whichever has the most Pokemon or something, but yeah, exactly.
That'd be a lot of research beforehand that you'd have to do.
But yeah, I didn't do that. I think these kinds of discussions, it is all about vibes. We've all played a lot of Pokemon.
Yes, we have. Me and you have recorded a lot of Pokemon, Kendall, and I got 2 more planned this year, hopefully, with you. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I've my I didn't play Z to A, and I can't bring myself to try Pokopia. I'm sure it's good. It just looks really boring.
Stupid. Yeah, it does.
See, I do kind of want to try Pokopia because I've never gotten to actually play an Animal Crossing game, and this looks like the best version of it that I could try that would I really like. But at the same time, I probably would either be too involved with it or I would get too bored with it too quickly. But it is one of those things where like I think I jokingly told to someone, it seems to me like it is the before times, the interim period between the normal Pokemon games and the mystery dungeon games when all of humanity has gone away, and there's still like a time when people still exist or thought to exist because you are the Ditto who plays a human that they still think exists.
Right. Yeah, it seems like the lore behind it is interesting. I mean, I'm sure it's really good, and I'm sure that if it clicked with it, it feels like a game that I would either play for 2 hours and bounce off, or play for 100 hours. And I'm kind of not looking for either of those right now. I'm kind of looking for more games that are, I want to play through 12 2026 games in 2026, and so that doesn't necessarily lend itself to like a really long experience. But
oddly enough, I've just been gunning my way through Lego games for some reason, because there's
those are good games.
Yeah, because even with the open world ones, there's you can get like 100% like I've done all the missions, I've unlocked all the things, I've unlocked the characters kind of thing. So like there's a definite like once I've gone through all the story missions, there's just a little bit of extra. So there's like a clear like I've done I've done everything I can in this game. So like there's a clear start and stop for me for each of those things.
Yeah. If you want it, it's there, yeah. Or for me, it's just the credits roll and I'm done. So, but that's me.
And I got probably about halfway through, and I will go back to it, but I got about halfway through Pokemon Lazarus.
Oh yeah, your fan hack you were playing. You were really liking that too.
Yeah. It's really good. It's really like, I mean, I think I played a little too much Pokemon for a little while last year, but I played through. I can't remember the name of it. I played through a really janky Pokemon hack that was definitely written by like an edgy 13-year-old, where you play as a girl that was kidnapped and sent into sex slavery.
Jeez,
you got to be careful which ones you decide to go with.
It was actually really fun. Like, and not like, and I mean, it was like trying to be edgy, and it's like, you killed that, do you want to kill this trainer? Yes or no? And you kill, but it was like in a very innocent isn't the right word, but like a quaint.
Innocent does not work quaint. In the case of what you already said so far, just to let you know. That word is not allowed.
Yeah, but anyway, that one was kind of fun.
Maybe like childish.
Sophomoric, childish, but it was it felt very like, I don't know, it felt very quaint in a way that was sort of like, I don't know, sort of like certain like
baby's first horror movie or something. Or
something like that. And then Pokemon Lazarus is the most recent big GBA ROM hack, which is like, it's inspired by ancient Greece. It's like a completely new map, but it's built off of the engine of the GBA games, and you like, it's like just cool. It has EXP share. You can choose between like 9 different Pokemon to start with. It's got like, you can use Pokemon that were not available, that didn't show up until Gen 8. But they have sprites, and it's just a really neat experience. And I need to go back to it, but I put a decent amount of time into it a little while back. But for me, it's gonna be I don't know. I kind of actually do have favorite types. Like Like I try to say that I don't, but I kind of think I do. And yeah, because there's definitely going to be Pokemon that I like that are certain types and whatnot. So let's go ahead and get started. So first off, in our in the play-in round, we have Steel versus Poison. So first of all, Steel is immune to poison.
Way to start with 2 duds right there, huh?
Yeah, I think
I kind of just in general I kind of just like Steel just because I like the idea of like, hey, it's a robot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's never.
I can't
even think of a good Steel Pokemon. I can think of a cool Steel Pokemon.
I don't know. I'm well. Wait, let's see. What is the Beldum's line? Is Steel Psychic, so it's not pure Steel, but that's always been like one of my go-tos to think of whenever I think of Steel is the Beldum, Metang, and Metagross line.
So I will say Steel is a type that I know is weak to fire, and Poison is a type that I can never remember what Poison is weak to.
I do know that Steel is immune to poison. I always remember that.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, and also I would give the edge to Steel on this one because it was one of the 2 new types for Gen 2, which was exciting. And there's 2 Steel type Pokemon that are both pretty cool, Steelix and Scizor.
Yeah.
But especially Steelix, because Onix is such an iconic, terrible Pokemon. And then they gave him an evolution. And now he has an evolution that looks cool. That's also probably a pretty terrible Pokemon.
Never used them.
I mean, the only other the only thing I can really Poison has its advantages, and there's things that are fun for it.
All right, name them.
I like the Salandit line. The Salandit's funny. I'm not saying that it's a good type to have on your hand. I know that the Paladin Wooper, when it became Poison Ground, that was cute. But, it's its own little thing. These things, it's hard to figure out. I know the Nidoran line counts as poison. It's like one
there. Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, that is a very cute and iconic line. But in general, it's really hard. Like, I think even in the first thing, it was very hard to find, like, a good use for poison.
Okay, here's the thing though. This just occurred to me. We are talking about types.
Mm-hmm.
We are not necessarily talking about Pokemon types.
True.
Moves also count.
That's true.
If moves count, Toxic is one of the best moves in the entire franchise.
But do you use it?
Yes.
Okay. I don't. I don't like it.
It is
the amount of times I actually have a poison type on my team for things is very low, but yeah, when I do have it, Toxic is really up there because that is
Toxic.
Really good.
Isn't Toxic a move that literally any Pokemon can learn?
Yeah, but the thing is that like I'm one of those people who usually ends up just using the moves my Pokemon learn before I actually start going like, okay, I really need extra moves, and we'll look into that. So the fact that I get Toxic is only if I'm like, I really need a poison move at that point, and sometimes that doesn't come up unless I really am struggling with someone.
See, because the thing about a move like Toxic, or even like Poison Powder, if you're talking early in the game, that's a time when if your Pokemon are under-leveled, if you're in a situation where you're under-leveled, which obviously doesn't happen that often because these are games for babies. But if you are trying to not grind a ton, I mean, these are, yes, Pokemon games are the easiest games ever, but there are certain
I disagree, but
there are certain instances where there's a difficulty spike or the the Elite Four or something like that. And being able to do especially a poison move where you just have to kind of survive for however many turns and then you can get through it. You can get through a Pokemon. I think Toxic is like, if we were doing a bracket of moves, like Toxic would get through. And unfortunately, I think that both of these types, I think we've sort of established like they've got some okay Pokemon, but aren't like amazing. I would also say like a lot of times there's like grass types that have secondary as poison, which is good.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I just don't like poison personally. I have used Nidoking before, so I have beaten the game with a poison Pokemon, but that's like I just don't care for. I never really use poison move types ever when I play.
Yeah.
It's never my go-to. It's one of my least favorite things. Like, even though you said Toxic is really good, I can guarantee you I will never use it because I just don't like the idea of it.
Koga?
That's a good thing.
Koga,
I don't like him either.
Gym
He's
leader?
an asshole. Yeah, I don't like him.
He's one of my favorites. I don't remember how far he got in our tournament.
Actually,
I don't like poison in anything. I don't like it as a status effect. I don't like it in my RPGs. I don't like it in my Pokemon. I do not like it.
I'm taking a look to see who's been steel type in the.
Okay. I mean, there aren't many good steel types either. I mean, I have never really used steel either. I mean, like I said, these are two for me bottom of the barrel types that you decided to start us with.
Yeah, I mean,
but that's fine.
Well, yes, that's the
point. I know.
Yeah.
So let's lock in our votes. I think my vote's going to be for poison because of the move. Or actually, Jordan, did you want to look up the gym leaders?
Yeah, I was looking at them right now, and we've got Jasmine from the Olivine Gym in Gen 2. I'm trying to figure out if this is some of these is because they have steel types on them. Because I mean, Steven from Ruby Sapphire and like Emerald, when he's just a trainer, it's more like he has a Beldum, and that's like his anchor Pokemon. But then you've got like actually, you know what? It looks like a lot of Elite Fours have steel.
Yeah,
and I think that goes to the fact that a lot of steel Pokemon are harder to find and like slow to start, but like strong at the end.
They're rarer, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like you don't find them very much as you do like when you with the poison type, where like you have like Koga in the game, and he's he's more of it in the mid of the game than like later in the game.
He's also in the Elite Four.
Steel was added, not until Gen 2, so that and then when they did add it, it was a very exclusive thing where you just had, I think, 2 Pokemon that were steel to start with, Scizor and Steelix.
Who's a cool steel Pokemon is Aegislash.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah,
that's the sword.
He's a ghost steel because he's a possessed sword.
Oh,
yeah.
You're getting into, unfortunately, the ones that I've never played.
Oh yeah, that's right. You haven't played that one.
I haven't played past. I haven't played X or ZX with any of those either. They're all on my.
Aegislash was on my X team. It was one of those Pokemons that that did normal, like actual, like quite an easy form change. Like there was a point where it would like hide behind a shield with it on its final form, and then you would do a move and it would turn into like basically a sword and shield.
Yeah, it's pretty. I'll admit that it's pretty cool. But let's lock in our votes for this one because we got a bunch more to go, and this is neither of these are going to go that far, but my vote's for poison. Jordan.
I'm gonna go for steel at this one. I kind of still feel Bedlam has its edge.
Okay, and Mike.
Steel.
All right. So let me see. Was that an upset? That was not an upset. Okay. I do actually have a seed where I ranked every single one to seed these.
Where you think it's gonna go?
Yeah. I mean, I just very like gut reaction basic stuff. So we'll see. But that was not an upset. I did have steel actually seeded ahead of poison. All right. So next we have fighting versus normal.
I always feel bad for normal. I mean,
that's fair.
Because, okay, to be honest, it has more than it's going for, but just, I mean, you just call it normal. It's like calling something like plain or vanilla. Like, I've even talked with my friends, like, if we've ever done, because sometimes people do this at conventions, you know, like, we're going to do one of those trainer things where, like, we'll give out little prizes to people who fight us with their Pokemon team, and we'll theme ourselves across this. I've always read, you know, like, yeah, I'll do the normal type, because the normal dual type is pretty fun. You can find a lot, because normal has paired up with every other one, but then, you know, that's the con side. Normal has to type pair up with almost everyone. A pure normal type is really hard to find, and like one of the best for normal I could probably name off the top of my head is Snorlax. Miltank too. Both those are like strong, like, but those are strong because they are basically tanks.
Well,
like they throw on the team and you're like, oh, I'm in for a long haul.
Okay, so let me list some things off. Meowth.
Yeah, Meowth. Yeah, like I said, like there's
Meowth,
so many
Persian,
nice things about it.
Furugly, all the cats. All the cats are normal type. Maybe not all of them, but like Payday. There's a bunch of cat Pokemon. Actually, in recent generations, they've made them have elemental types as well. But like Payday, Hyper Beam, Body Slam. You know,
and you're naming good abilities, yes.
Yeah, and
Kangaskhan, Tauros.
I think it's more of just the normal moves is where it kind of falls flat.
But compared to fighting, punch or other punch or kick or other kick.
Hey, fighting is not moves, sure, but a Pokemon, I like fighting more. I don't care for
weird dude or other weird looking human dude.
Yeah, but
Mankey.
Machop. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Yes.
Said. And I unfortunately was starting to prove your point, even though I didn't want to. So
I like Pancham and
I like
Minfu and Minsha are pretty cool, like Chinese like Wufu fighting types.
I've had some good fighting Pokemon before in my playthrough, so I do like fighting personally.
Okay. What I like about fighting,
Lucario's a good fighting, like a fighting steel, and Riolu I think is just normal fighting when it's born.
Fighting beats normal too, so there's
yeah, fighting beats normal. What I like about fighting is I like that it beats rock. And there are various times in games where you'll run up against a rock Pokemon, and especially in the early game, you know, most notably Brock, but although you can't really get a fighting Pokemon before you get to Brock unless you're in yellow version, but there are other times where that like it's like fighting beats rock. Like I know that's like a type advantage that's like solid in my head. Both of them, Ghost is immune to both of them, right? But
yes.
Yeah.
But normal is immune to Ghost, right?
I don't think that's true.
Actually, I think Ghost can affect normal, just slate up normal type, but I forget. Hold on.
I'm pretty sure that Ghost
there
just aren't that many Ghost type moves.
Hold on.
But Ghost is another one that I never really fuck around with. I mean, this episode is really going to show that I'm a very basic bitch with Pokemon. It's just how I play. So, just to be warned, I am very basic with my Pokemon. And I'm okay with that. That's how I like Pokemon.
Well, yeah, because you play 75 games a year, so you have to... So you have to stay pretty basic, because you got to be you only have 11 and a half hours to beat a 30-hour Pokemon game.
I mean, I'm not going for 100 this year, thank God. But yeah, I play a lot of games.
No, it's you were right. Ghost doesn't have anything that it doesn't work against. There's something where it's half effective against, but it's not effective against, like poison and bug. It doesn't work well against. But normal and fighting are the only ones that just like whiff on ghost types,
which is really fucking annoying, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, especially when you're first playing this game as a kid and you're like, what the fuck? I can't hit anything. Oh, yeah, it's very annoying as a kid. And that's some of my really early experiences with Ghost. And why are we talking? We're not talking. Are we on Ghost? No, we're on fighting
normal. We were just talking about how normal can affect ghosts.
Yeah, no. This table says that the ghost to normal equals no effect.
Oh wait.
I mean, they don't hurt. Normal attacks don't hurt ghosts.
No.
I can't say that for a fact. That's a fact.
No, yeah. Ghosts can't attack normal. Huh. I was looking at that wrong. I was looking at what normal and fighting can't attack ghosts.
They shouldn't have a problem attacking anything, though.
No, ghosts attacking...
Because normal people don't think ghosts exists. And if you don't believe in ghosts, they can't hurt you.
That was funny, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Ghost moves can't affect normal types.
So knowing that, definitely. I vote for normal.
I vote for fighting.
I'm going to have to vote for normal. There's just too many things.
Yes!
I mean, even technically Ditto is normal, and Eevee starts off as normal.
You are correct.
Well, we're just starting this discussion.
Yeah.
Okay, next we've got two of my least favorite types, rock and ground. So I didn't like fighting. I don't like fighting. These two, I basically don't like any of the types that are fighting that use fighting energies in the trading card game. So rock and ground use fighting energies in the trading card game. So I don't like them. I just feel like both of these are like super weak to water type moves and super weak to grass type moves. I don't know if and a lot of times you have rock ground, so that makes them ×4. And you always have a Pokemon on your team that knows Surf. So they just
somebody does, yeah.
They just dominate. So the question is, which is worse, rock or ground? And I don't know.
Rock, I think, is worse. I have actually used ground type moves and ground Pokemon and beat the Elite Four with them before. So my vote is for ground, because I think ground is actually really good. And one of my favorite Pokemon, for no good reason, is Sandshrew and Sandslash, just because he looks cool. And when I was a kid, I wanted one as a pet. Not going to happen, obviously, because, they're not real. But, yeah. So, ground is my vote. I just like ground person. I don't use it a lot, but it's good if it can be good.
So, I kind of bounce back and forth between the two, honestly. I like using ground, but but not pure ground. I found that using Quagsire has always been a great electric counter, because a lot of people just see Quagsire and immediately think water, and they just are not expecting it to be a ground type. So like the fact that ground is always is not affected by electric has always been a useful thing for me.
Fair.
Rock on the other hand, it's a little more complicated, because what is it? It's like fighting, grass, and quite water. A few, and water kind of, but it doesn't really have. I mean, besides the things that it's super effective against, it doesn't really have like a nothing hurts it kind of thing like ground does.
It's but on resistant. The other hand, it's resistant to normal, right?
Yeah, it's resistant to a few things.
And it's resistant to fire,
for example. No, fire's not very effective, but fire will kill it if you pick Charmander as your first Pokemon because you think he's cool and Brock gives you trouble, you can do it with a fire Pokemon. I can speak for a fact on that one. I'm not gonna say it's a good idea, but
I think Jordan hit the nail on the head though. Ground type. So two things. First of all, ground type is that immunity to electricity is huge, and
yes.
And there are some weird Pokemon that you wouldn't think would be ground type, and then you use your electric move on them. That is pretty good, and it can be it can be mixed with certain types.
Like on my dream team, which is mostly Hoenn Pokemon, I have Trapinch that goes into Flygon, and it's a ground dragon type.
Oh yeah, he's a good Pokemon too.
Yeah, like not a lot of people expect a dragon type, especially Trapinch again flying. That's not going to be, it's going to have the ground type. So when you pull off things with it, like Dig, all of a sudden people aren't expecting it.
So do you play against real people?
Okay, I've done it occasionally. Like it's but only that was back when I actually was able to go to conventions more. My friends and I, like when we would sit in lines, we would literally pull out our DSs and we would just do like little battles, or sometimes when we get-togethers, we would actually do like bring out the Pokemon tournament or those Pokemon Stadium games that they made for the Wii and the others, and we'd see, hey, who's made a fun team? Let's see what we can do. I know. Because we used to love doing that kind of stuff. I know a friend made like a team with like what is it, like Gulpin and Stouthound and stuff like that, and called it Mustache Rides because they all had mustaches. But
okay, fair
yeah,
enough.
like just silly things like that. I mean, I still kind of feel bad about Rock though, because I know Zigzagoon and Linoon from normal type are my favorite, but like up there of one of my favorite types is Rockruff in its line, and that's like a pure rock type. Even when it's evolved forms are pure rock types. The Lycanroc, midday, and dusk forms are all, and I don't know. It's just I just really like that cute puppy. Like there's a part in Sun and Aloha, or like in Aloha, that like region where you can find. There's like just where you can find like just random Pokemon out in there and like they talk to them and react to them. And there's literally one like on one of the main routes that is a Rockruff that will run up to you every time once it gets to know you. Like it's one of the most adorable dog-like things that I have ever seen.
I will say Sudowoodo is one of my favorites. That's a rock type.
Oh, that's a rock type too. Yeah.
But I still think it goes to ground. What are you thinking, Jordan?
Yeah, I'm still leaning towards more ground.
Okay, Mike, your vote doesn't count.
My vote was ground also, for the record. So I got what I wanted.
It's like Ohio in the presidential primaries. But okay, so now for our weird part of the bracket, we have Bird versus Stellar. So Bird, of course. Bird, of course, is the type that was originally going to be flying, or that flying eventually became, but was still glitched into the Gen 1 games as missing number and blank and blank. And Jordan, explain what Stellar is, because I don't remember.
So Stellar is basically just a special terrestrialization thing that they've added in Scarlet and Violet. It's kind of just basically a crystal coating on things, and it's still technically, it's not like it's like anything there other than it's just a boost, and it kind of gives a rainbow effect. It's like it makes it look like your Pokemon is now you know what I was gonna say, like if you ever seen My Little Pony when they went to the gem kingdoms and stuff like that, and they get that gem effect on them, because it just basically looks like they're now like made out of crystals, and they're prisms and rainbows everywhere. You know, like it's a neat effect. But it's still technically just kind of like I think it's just basically makes it like everything's neutral and and it's neutral to everything, but so it's just basically a strength booster of sorts.
So is it the equivalent of, and I played this game, so I should know this stuff. Is it the equivalent of the Mega Evolutions and the Gigantamaxing and stuff like that, or is it separate from that?
It's the same in the fact that it's the gimmick for that game series. But it does technically just like it's just like an actual boost kind of thing.
Okay.
And so like I don't know, it's hard to explain without seeing it. In a lot of times Stellar is basically the for when you use terrestrialization and it's not any of the actual types, it already is. See, because what terrestrialization does is that it basically changes the type to be overreaching. So even when you use a move of that type, it first counts as the type that it's now terrorized as. And so like if you were like fighting with a good example is like when they had the raid for Mewtwo, what people were doing was that they would, because they before people could bring in a Mew, and Mew was like, you know, psychic normal, but you could set it up so that it would terrestrialize as a bug type. So you would run in, terrestrialize, and then all your moves were still the same, like psychic and stuff like that, but it also now was all got marked as bug. So like even if you used a bug type with the terrestrialize thing, it was like a 4 times boost right off the bat.
Nice.
This is beyond my knowledge.
Yeah, it's just like an extra little boost. It's kind of funny because if you look through it, like when things terrestrialize, they get a funny little hat. And like and each of the hats for the different things is funny. It's actually kind of hilarious because some things get the hat that you don't think would get it. I know for what's that dragon with the little dragons on its HUDs that's like ride with it.
I don't remember.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
But it's on like one of the little baby ones that's riding on the back for it instead of the big dragon. So it just looks absolutely silly. But it's just like one of those neat little things where it gives you advantage for fights when you need it. And it's and I guess and like in competitive times, like it's one of those things where like, oh yes, serialization is going to be included. So now you have to keep that in mind when you're making up like competitive stuff.
Okay.
And I really like I mean, Mega Evolution I wasn't so sure about, but I like that every generation now has the little gimmick to make do something that looks cool. Especially now that it is a full-blown console experience and you are expecting like the cinematic experiences. I really liked Gigantamaxing and having my Pokemon get huge in what was that? Sword and Shield. But at the same time, you know what I liked even more?
What?
Bird.
Bird is just missing number, right?
Yep. It's a glitch. It's great because it's a glitch in the game.
I know that glitch. Thinks
it's a Pidgey. it made us all like I think that like a huge, that whole my uncle worked at Nintendo. I'm sure that some of that did exist because there was they have like 6 different Mario games in Japan. Like there were those rumors and stuff beforehand. But at least for people my age, for people Mike's age, Jordan, I know you're a little bit older than us, but you probably experienced this too.
Yeah, I
like
did.
the fact that there actually was a glitch in the OG Pokemon game made us believe that you could use strength on the truck and get Mew, or that if you beat the Elite Four 15 times without going to a Pokemon Center, then you could get a Pika-Blue. Like.
Don't forget Pika Flare.
Right. Well, I didn't see that. That wasn't even a rumor that I heard. I didn't.
That was one I remember seeing stuff online. There's Pika Flare, Pika Blue.
Right.
Else, but yeah.
Yeah. I specifically remembered the Pika Blue thing, and like
Mhm.
I had a book. I had a book that was like published that had this like 5 pages on if you do this and then you do this and then you do this and then you do this. This is official from Nintendo. You will get a Pika Blue, and all of his stats will be 999. And you would, and that none of that would have been credible if not for missing number. If there wasn't a real glitch in the game that lets you duplicate stuff, and it looks cool. It's all the glitchy stuff. It's not just some overcomplicated version of Mega Evolution. So are you with me, Bird?
I'm with you, because I had no idea what Stellar is, even though he explained it well. Still got no idea, so Bird it is for me.
No, Bird's. I'm still worrying towards Bird. I just feel like Stellar just deserves at least a mention.
Deserved a mention.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So now that we are 45 minutes into the recording, we can start the actual bracket. All right. So in the elemental bracket, first up, we have water versus fire. This is like, these guys probably should have been on opposite ends of the bracket. These are
maybe
heavy
Who made
hitters.
this list?
I mean, so fire's like always one of those things that people tend. It's kind of funny because that's always what it always feels like. That's like always the type of things. Red equals faster. Red equals better. Kind of thing. It always seems like that in situations. Like people always would go with like, oh, I'm going to go with the fire type because it turns into a badass dragon or stuff like that. And but I mean, Squirtle was such a great one for the first games, first of all, and there's been some really good water types too.
Yeah, I mean, Totodile, the dog Pokemon, that's a really good type, actually. He's a really good water starter. Joke will not die, Kendall. I will not let it.
No, it does not need to. I stand by it. Yeah, I mean, I think water might be it's not, but it could be my favorite type. Like
water is
depending
really
on the day.
Good. Like both these types are super good. I mean, I like to choose water starters just because they tend to be better depending on. But I mean, like my first ever Pokemon when I was a kid was Charmander, hands down, and to this day I still love Charmander. So, like, there's just something about fire types for me, but man, they both are such good types.
Fire types are cool.
Yeah.
But
yeah, a lot of the fire types turn out to be looking really great.
But there are just so many water types, and there's a water type for everybody, and also going back to attacks, Surf is one of the most versatile moves in the entire game. Like you always are going to have a Pokemon on your team that knows Surf. Especially in the games where you're having HMs. Yeah. I mean, the HMs.
At least they kind of started to pull away from that, needing an HM all the time.
Well, I think if all the HMs were like Surf, then people wouldn't complain about it. If
don't forget how useful Flash is in the
if the HMs were if there were 4 HMs, if Cut was a grass type move, Strength was a fighting type move, Fly only took 1 turn, and then we kept Surf, and all of them were just like the elemental, like the 100% 100 damage, kind of standard move for those elemental types. Then HMs wouldn't be nearly the issue that they are. The only reason that HMs are annoying is because Cut and Strength aren't very good. Yeah, Flash you don't even use.
Waterfall's not
you just go
great
through blank.
either.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, you don't need you don't need more than 4. I
Don't
think
forget
that,
Whirlpool too.
Yeah, you don't need 7. You don't need 7 HMs.
Pokemon disagrees with you.
I will say I didn't mind the way they did the Switch games with using a taxi service essentially for flying, and then I think did Sword and Shield has like, it's basically you're just linear, right? Like it's just scripted where you go next. Like there's not anything. But then Scarlet and Violet, it's you're riding that, you got your motorcycle Pokemon that gets better at flying basically.
Yeah.
And I liked that too. I think having one Pokemon, and didn't in the Let's Go games, wasn't it like just Pikachu did all the things? Like I think that's fine. I just really didn't like how they did it in Gen 7. But
I mean,
but fire or water? Mike has started playing a video game.
No, Mike was checking his phone.
Mike has started checking his phone. That's even worse.
So, interesting thing, and I forgot to mention, because I wanted to mention it during the normal type things, that water is the most used type in Pokemon games. Just categorically out of all the types, dual types, forms, and stuff like that, the majority of Pokemon, like the most used, is water, and normal is the second top of that. So like water, so it's just kind of interesting to think that there's just so much different forms of water to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're saying is, since we got rid of normal, we should get rid of water too? I like that idea.
My vote's for water.
I also was trying to look at the trainers who have used it. Like, let's see, you got like Misty, you've got Crusher Wake, you've got Lana and Nessa from the later games. Kofu's actually kind of fun from Scarlet and Violet. I like him. But you've also got, like, on the fire side, you've got Blaine and Flannery. Chili's with there's like the 3, that one, that's Trident Dream, so he's like one of the 3 there. Let's see, who else? I mean, it's kind of just funny because, like, for most of the time, you get these weird things where, like, for all the fire trainers are always these gung-ho, like, passionate people, but water type users always seem to be just kind of like all over the place. Yeah, well, not all of them are always chill, but this just seems like you got more variety. I mean, Misty wasn't exactly chill.
Certainly not in the anime.
Yeah, certainly not in the anime. No. And I mean, Crusher Wake's a wrestler. He puts on a whole show. So, you know, like they're not like beholden to like, oh, I am the crashing waves of an inevitability or the flowing oceans or like the calm sea kind of thing. They're just like, I just like fish Pokemon or water Pokemon.
All right. So my vote's for water. Sounds like Mike's on fire.
I'm on fire.
I'm going to have to go with water.
I knew that was going to happen.
All right. Ice versus electric. So this is interesting. Oh, this is the one that, I mean, it was supposed to be grass versus electric, but then we switched it over so we could have the things you would find in a forest region.
I mean, both are kind of rare, you know, depending on what gen you're talking about. I mean, unfortunately for me, my brain goes to Gen 1. But, like, I never really care for ice. I only use it in very certain situations, like I have to beat Lance. And that's really about it. 'Cause I think ice is good against Dragon, or at least it does decent damage, even if it's not super effective. It does damage.
Yeah, up until they added Fairy, ice was like the only really good counter, like definite good counter against Dragon.
When is Fairy added?
Fairy was added in XY.
X
so
and
that's
Y. Oh, that's why I don't know what Fairy is really, because I haven't gotten that far.
Oh, you are in for a treat, because those are the.
Have you seen the ice variants though that they added when the Alolan Sandshrew, for example?
Yeah, I did. I did play Sun and Moon, or I played one of them.
Okay.
So yes.
So you saw the little igloo Sandshrew.
Yes, I did. I still
Adorable.
don't care for Ice. I mean, you are right. He's
Yeah.
cute, and he's one. But Ice has never been my favorite. Like, it's just not one of those types that I go for.
I think most ice
It's-
types that are iconic are also water type.
Yeah,
Jinx
quite
is Ice
a few. Yeah, Jinx.
and Psychic, if I remember correctly.
What's Lugia?
Psychic
Lugia,
is flying. Pretty sure I'm right. Not 100%, but pretty sure.
I still do really like Glaceon as like one of my favorite EV evolutions.
Oh, yeah. At least,
There's
Oh, Lugia's psychic flying. Yeah, you're right. No ice at all.
um,
1 and Gen 2, I still know my stuff. Especially Gen 1.
but there's also
Articuno is my favorite of the legendaries. The legendary
Articuno's
versions
the best.
first.
Yeah,
But
and the
Zapdos
seals,
is close though.
and the Seal type Pokemon are almost always at least ice water type dual types, and some of them are fun. I mean, Spheal is just a round little ball of a guy. That's awesome. That's adorable. And
Yeah, but Electric has Pikachu. One
Yeah.
of the
Electric
most
has
famous
Pikachu.
Pokemon ever. I mean, Electric. I like Electric. Whenever I play, I always get an Electric Pokemon on my team. That is one of my musts when I play through a Pokemon game. I must have an Electric type. I never say I gotta have an Ice type. Also, usually Ice is later in the game when you're. For me, at least, my team is usually done.
I like Obama Snow. I don't know. There's some good.
yeah, it's
some good Pokemon.
It's kind of hard.
But
like later, there. I like how in a lot of games there's always an electric mouse. There's always like they always have to have like their own version of an electric mouse there. Like Den and what's the other ones there? I think Pomo was the one for.
Isn't that what
Scarlet
they
and Violet.
said? Isn't that what they said in BioShock Infinite? There's always an electric mouse.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I love the Marie line, like Marie Fluffy and Ampharos are.
Yeah.
It's great. Like
Okay.
the electric sheep and
It sounds like we're in
hard.
agreement. It's electric.
yeah.
I don't know. That is not that song. I just started singing Phenomena. It's You can move it. It's electric. Boogie woogie woogie. There we go. Electric slide.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do the supernatural region left next. These are some fun ones. Dragon versus Ghost. Two things that don't
We
exist.
never use.
No, but God, I love Ghosts just because of that is still the Pokemon entries about almost every Ghost still makes me laugh about how crazy and hardcore it goes and how people will sometimes remember this and like things like this. Like you go into games and sometimes, especially like games where you can talk to the Pokemon, like when you talk to a Drifloon and they talk about like how, oh, I love playing with children, and then you remember the thing about how they just carry them off into the air if no one wants it, and you're like, oh my god, like I love when those little jokes come up. Like,
Yeah, Pokemon does get dark sometimes.
So I will say this is even though I don't really post new episodes of Beyond Bulbasaur very often, like that is the most current incarnation of Beyond Bulbasaur does involve reading Pokedex entries, and Ghost Pokemon without a doubt have the best Pokedex entries. Like it is not.
Yeah, but that doesn't make him better than
close.
Dragon. I mean,
Dragon.
It's
you're not
always
wrong.
the last Elite Four has Dragon Pokemon, and they always hand you your ass. At least mine.
And it's just so funny because like Dragon's Pokemon are so rare too.
Yes.
Like and a lot of times they kind of
game.
And they also kind of sometimes cheat it too. Like they show you a Pokemon that looks like a dragon, but it doesn't have the dragon type.
What do you mean? You act like Charizard's not a dragon?
That's true. That's true. Charizard's not a dragon. Only Mega Charizard X is dragon.
No, you have to.
Only
You have
Mega
to do
Charizard X
Mega
is dragon. So that's actually points against dragon type. You're right that there are certain iconic dragon looking Pokemon that are not. Most notably Charizard.
Dratini's a dragon. You know, it looks like a worm.
Yeah.
So like
dragon.
The idea of dragon type is really cool, but Dragonite is kind of lame. Dragonite kind of looks like a teddy bear.
Give me a second.
Yeah, but that's the thing that's the thing though. Like you can also have those things where like Pete's dragon kind of things in a lot of them, and
insulted.
I don't know.
So does he. He feels insulted. For those that can't see, I literally have a Dragonite plush.
Like Lance, okay, so Lance the Dragon Trainer, in order to be a Dragon Trainer, he has to use 3 of the same evolutionary line out of his 5 Pokemon in Gen 1.
You know, since you insulted, he's staying here right now. Stare at you.
Now, I guess that's also true of Agatha. Agatha uses
Ghost.
Yeah, in Gen 1.
She uses... Doesn't she have 2 Hunters?
Yeah.
But I feel like the other... There's just so many cool ghost Pokemon. Aegislash, Litwick, you know, because you can just make anything
Gengar.
And it's a ghost. Yeah, I mean, Gengar, the only thing wrong with Gengar is that he evolves via trade.
Yeah. Yamask is kind of cool, if you ask me, just in general, just the idea that it's carrying around a mask of its former face.
There we go. So we've got so if the answer is which one does Mike have a plushie of, then it's a tie.
Oh, if we want to go by that, I was gonna say I think I have a Yamask, but I don't think I have any dragon types.
I have a perler bead of Gengar on the wall upstairs, and a perler bead of Litwick.
I'm still gonna vote Dragon. I know I'm gonna be.
I think I'm on Ghost. Like I like Dragon a lot, but now that we've been talking about it, I just think that most of the Dragon Pokemon just look like dragons. And I mean, as much as I love Gyarados is the one that got Dragon type in a late version.
Because he was a dragon, he was water flying, and
but yeah, he's water flying for most of the time, and he's my favorite dragon Pokemon, isn't he? My 2 favorite dragon Pokemon, Gyarados and Charizard, aren't even dragon Pokemon, but like Litwick is so cool. Gengar is so cool. Like those designs are great. Like I love how Haunter.
I got nothing, unfortunately. I
love how Haunter does. Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar don't look anything alike, but they also you totally believe them as an evolutionary chain. Like it's one of the best. It's just one of the best designs in the game. And yeah, I mean, freaking Mimikyu is like a ghost of Pikachu. Like,
or it goes that wants to be loved as much as Pikachu, so it pretends to be Pikachu.
There's just so many.
It's
really
gotten
cool
to the point where like how there's a line of plushies of Ditto Pokemon of being different little Pokemon with with
the 2 dots and with the Pokopia face.
Which I love because someone pointed out like that only happened in the anime. Like technically
only happened in one episode of the anime, yeah.
And
it was specifically
it's like otherwise, how would you know it's the Ditto? But
right.
But now there's like a couple of places that actually do little plushies of like a Mimikyu wearing a different outfits that mimic other Pokemon.
Nice. Okay, so I'm on Ghost.
I'd have to go with Ghost. I mean,
all right.
Honestly, this is honestly a very tough one, though. I mean. It's if it wasn't against Ghost, I would have probably gone with Dragon though.
This is a tough quadrant here because now we're Dark versus Psychic.
Yeah, that's another actually kind of hard one.
I will say only one of these types do I have a bumper sticker of.
When I
one of these is not like the other.
Yeah. When I go look at these two, I usually go to like the EV evolutions, and you got Umbreon and the Espeon. And
Yep.
And that makes it just as hard because they go great together for some reason. Like I played Pokemon Coliseum on the GameCube, and you start off with a team of Umbreon and Espeon. Like those are your starting Pokemon, and everything's a dual battle with those two, starting off of those two, and it works way better than you think it would, and it's really nice. And but the thing is that I've seen so much like artwork and stuff of them. Like, have you seen the shiny version of Umbreon?
No.
Compared to, in my opinion, compared to the Espeon version, it's so much better because all it is that those yellow rings are blue. It's such a very simple, like subtle thing, but it looks so like. It's like, oh my god, like it's not like a big thing, but it still kind of makes it so different. And it's so cool. But Umbreon is just green.
I mean, Umbreon's awesome, but like when it comes to... I don't know, I've never really been a big fan of Dark Pokemon. For me, I really have liked Psychic. I don't use them a lot, but I have beaten the game with that Giraffe Pokemon from Gen 2 before, so... That little fucker can fight.
I like the Giraffe.
One of my favorite moves of all time, Crunch.
Oh.
That is
or
a
Bite.
Good...
I also like Bite a lot, too.
Hey, Bite was a normal move depending on which gen you're playing, for the record.
Yeah, it was so good. It was so good they changed it to Dark.
I mean, it is a great move because it does fuck up a lot of Pokemon. So
another Scrafty is a Dark-type Pokemon.
Yeah.
Psychic
has Mewtwo. You got Mewtwo. You got Mewtwo. Yeah. You got Alakazam.
Mewtwo's amazing. Alakazam's also amazing.
But Scrafty.
I like Psychic more. And I have used Psychic more. I mean, I have had Dark Pokemon in my team, like Umbreon before, but still Psychic is, in my opinion, a better... Like, especially in Gen 1, which is the main thing I always think about when I think of Pokemon. I mean, Psychic was fucking murder attack for so many Pokemon because they didn't really have any weakness in Gen 1.
Yeah, and like looking it over, like I kind of have to go like it is kind of a style over substance. Like, yeah, I love there's so much about Dark that I like, but no, I looking back on it, I've used Psychic more than I used Dark. I feel bad about that.
I use Dark way more than Psychic. I feel like Dark has like random resistances that like you don't remember, and and it's like randomly strong against things that you don't remember, and it's
so is Psychic. Psychic can take out a lot more things than you think about.
Yeah,
I mean, Psychic can fuck up Poison and Bug. I'm pretty sure. Even if it's not super effective, it fucks them up.
I think it's also strong against. Oh wait, no, it's not against. I thought it was good against Fairy type too. Now that's
Fairy type.
Fairy is. I mean, Fairy is strong against Dark, I believe.
Yeah, Fairy is strong against Dark.
Outside my Pokemon knowledge.
I was trying to remember.
But that's because Dark is so good that they made a new type. They had to make a new type to rebalance things.
Yeah, Psychic was so good they had to make a new type to balance it out too.
I thought Fairy was the balanced dragon, even if it was.
It was. I think it was to balance. I think because Fairy is weak to Steel and Poison.
They had to give something there for those two, so they're like, "Here, have a bone."
Which is thematic because like Fae are weak to like Cold Steel and stuff. But yeah, Fairy is weak to Steel and Poison because Steel and Poison sucked, and then Dark and Dragon needed more weaknesses, so they created Fairy.
I mean, Psychic needed more weaknesses.
Dark was created to take Psychic down a peg, and I say we use it to take Psychic down a peg today.
I'll vote first. I'm going psychic.
Okay.
Mm.
My vote's for dark.
Oh, jeez.
Jordan, you let me down with water. Counting on you.
Hold on. I think I'm going to have to go to the trainers for this one. Let me take a look here.
Is the guy from Sword and Shield is one of my favorite trainers, isn't
the Alistair? Is that who you were thinking of?
He's like the punk rock guy, isn't he? Isn't he dark?
I forget because I haven't gotten to I don't have a copy of Sword and Shield. I'm like trying to get it, but let's see.
So his name's Pierce. Let me double check that he is dark type.
Oh yeah, or Mammy and Pierce, or I'm probably saying her name wrong. Marnie. Oh, that looked like an M there. Marnie.
That's okay.
I like her though.
I love Pierce because he's the only gym leader that does not do the Gigantamax in Sword and Shield. He's got it's like a punk rock gym setting, and it has like a really good background music. And yeah, you just like the whole rest of the game, every other gym battle is like basically like a soccer stadium. His is like in the back room of like a punk rock club, and he does not do Gigantamax because he's like a hipster that way, and it's great, and he's dark type Pokemon.
Nah, I'm
Jordan,
sorry.
You're our tiebreaker.
I'm gonna have to go with dark on this one. I think it's another Dragon Ghost for me, and I'm at the moment dark's just kind of a little bit better for me at the moment.
All right,
sorry.
Moving on to the forest region. Flying versus fairy. This is a weird one.
Who made this? For me, that's easy because I barely know what fairy is because it's outside of the gens that I have played.
So as a fan of like mythology and stuff like that, I love how they added fairy. I love how they retcon some things to be fairy. I mean, it's kind of silly, but it makes sense that like things like Chansey or at least its evolved form, and like and Clefairy and stuff like that are actual fairy types now.
I agree. Yeah,
like cool. It's definitely thing, and I think it's cute. I love Sylveon. Like it is a wonderful like just explanation or like just like idol of the fairy type. Like if you ever want to think fairy type, look at Sylveon, and that's just all you need to see.
And we don't even have a flying type evolution.
No,
we should.
They've been hinting at it, and like every generation, they sometimes tease like, "Oh, maybe there will be a new EV evolution." I think they even I really think they have teased. They were going to tease one for this for ZNA, but they didn't do that. I mean, like they didn't actually do one, unless they're going to do Omega form, which makes no sense for.
No,
Eevee. But with what's the new one? Water and Wind and Water.
Wind and Waves?
Wind and Waves, that's it. When Wind and Waves come out, maybe they will do one, especially because one of them's called Wind.
One of them's called Wind, yeah, that's true.
I mean, I personally like flying. I mean, Fly is the second best HM right there if we want to talk about moves. I mean, flying type Pokemon have always been one of my go-to. Like you always are going to have your Pidgeot if you're playing Gen 1. Like I always end up with some bird Pokemon on my team, and I'm always happy with it.
Yes,
like
same.
Again, I can't speak to Fairy because I haven't played anything with
like
Fairy.
As much as I love and I would hype up Fairy, I gotta agree that on that fact that I always have a bird Pokemon type. I started off like Gen 1 with Pidgey and Pidgeotto, and that line, and
Spearow, baby.
And that took me there. I was so happy when I think it was XY that introduced Fletchfinder, the fire flying. That was just was normally around.
Oh yeah. Talonflame.
Talonflame, yeah.
Talonflame is one of my
like Talonflame.
You'd have brought up Talonflame. Sorry, I keep cutting you off. Say what you're saying.
No, it's okay. Like
you might have voted for fire for me, huh?
Yeah, I would have voted for fire if somebody brought up Talonflame, because Talonflame is one of my favorites.
I have no idea who that is, by the way, so I couldn't help you.
But yeah, like there's always a bird Pokemon, and that's just kind of like great. And I feel, and these ones actually are kind of really hard because like I said, like I think it's a great addition. I think some of the stuff that Fairy brings is great. But flying is such a classic, and there's so many good things about it.
Yeah, I think you guys talked me into flying. Fairy could have made it further against other stuff, but I really like flying also. I mean, freaking
flying,
legendary
obviously.
Birds.
Yeah.
Which are the best legendaries in my opinion, but then I'm biased, so.
All right, so now bug or grass? What fire weak Pokemon is better?
I mean, this is not hard in my opinion. Bug sucks. Okay, like, I mean, there are some cool bug Pokemon. Don't get me wrong. If we were judging this all based on like, well, man, Beedrill's cool, but like, bug fucking sucks. Grass,
yeah, it's
Bulbasaur is. I mean, and grass is always one of your starting types in every Pokemon game, and I don't always have a grass type because I have water, but like, grass is a good type to have. Bug I've only ever used when I was being stupid and I was a kid. I haven't used bug since I was a kid, and I've tried. Bug sucks.
I mean, I don't have a lot of. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of bug Pokemon that look kind of cool. They do a lot of cool like things with some of the designs and things. But even Caesar and Scizor, like they don't keep. Yeah, they don't keep the bug type when they Mega Evolve or you use like the seal coat on them and stuff like that. Do they? I forget. Like,
I don't think so.
I
have never evolved.
I don't.
Scizor. Not in a very long time into Scizor.
What I'll say is there have been a number of games, and sometimes it's like the same ones that I play over and I forget what are. But like where I catch a little worm looking Pokemon early in the game, and I'm like, okay, I wonder what this is going to be. And then it goes into its like, it's pupa stage. If you're being all scientific, like, it's a larva and then it's a pupa. And I'm like, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? And then it's like,
garbage.
It's like a boring moth. And I just feel like, because one of the things about Pokemon, especially playing Pokemon when you don't have every single evolution totally memorized, or you're playing a new game or something, like there is that moment of reveal of like, it's evolving. What's it going to evolve into? And I always want it to be as cool as Beedrill. And there's no bug type Pokemon, none of the, because for some reason, all of them decided to model off of Butterfree, which Butterfree is fine. But like, I mean, Vivian is kind of cool with the regional variants and whatnot, but like,
yeah.
and some, but like generally speaking, like you're either going to just be another butterfly.
They're not strong Pokemon.
Right.
Either.
Right. Yeah. You're either just going to be another butterfly or you're going to be like some weird moth looking thing. And like, it just doesn't.
Like, I think only Primal Volcarion's form is like one of those like top tier competitively used Pokemon. And like, I mean, I'm not worried about because I also think that it's good. Well, no, yeah.
That it's good to have Pokemon in the early game that because it also they get fully evolved by level 10 or whatever. It's good to have Pokemon in the early game that are like, weaker, so that then, that eventually get outclassed by Pokemon you catch later, because incentivizes you to, keep engaging with the Pokemon catching mechanic throughout the game. And that's cool. And being able to sort of, max out this person, max out this guy, this Pokemon, get to use all of its cool stuff and then move on to the next thing. When it's time to put somebody away, it's time to put somebody away, and that's fine. Because there's, enough Pokemon that I like to be able to play with more than just my regular team. But yeah, they're just, no other type have I been more disappointed by discovering evolutionary lines. So it sounds like it's going to be grass.
Yeah, I mean, that's my vote. I still feel like I got to give a shout out to some of the things. Like Cricketune, I think, was one of the first shinies I ever got out of randomly. And there's this, I wish I could remember the YouTuber where they had a thing where, like, if you referred to Pokemon as the name or the sound they make instead of their name, and you like called up someone who's like, "Hey, I'm looking for a card of," because that's the sound Cricketune makes in the game. I mean, like, there's a lot of fun things about them. Like I said, like they have there's like fun things you can find about some of them, but
it doesn't compete with grass.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I'm looking for
a yeah.
That's
like
that's what most of the
Shedinja line is. I love the cool idea behind the Shedinja, but that's mostly due to its ghost-like, I think, leanings there.
Shedinja is cool. I mean, there's some cool bug types. Don't get me wrong. They've just hurt me more than grass has.
Joltik's absolutely adorable. People love Joltik.
All right, let's round out let's finish off the first round here.
Joltik's that little fuzzy yellow spider that's electric.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. People love Joltik. Like that's a lovely bug.
Yeah. No shade on bug. Grass is also just grass. Like they were in the elemental. Bulbasaur, Obama Snow,
I do have a
friggin'
Bulbasaur
Chespin.
I just don't want to get up.
There's a lot of a lot of the grass, friggin' Snivy.
Snivy is lovely. I have
grass
Snivy.
Is, definitely better. So
Rowlet, I mean, I my default starting Pokemon is usually the grass type.
Yeah.
Now I will say
for me as well.
I will say, like, some of the other grass types, Oddish and Bellsprout can be a little disappointing at times. But
but there's so many more.
But you got Exeggutor. I love Exeggutor. There's just like I think I don't know that grass is going to go all the way, but I think it's in a good.
Don't worry, we'll get to talk about it again soon.
Forward.
Yeah, I love Sprigatito. Like I love that in Violet Scarlet. It was a lovely little cat.
Yep, definitely. All right, Steel versus Normal. Where are we? What are we thinking here?
I still don't like Steel,
and I'm still kind of just on like Normal side just because of just in general.
I'm on Normal too in this case. Even I know I was against it earlier, but or was I? Yeah, no, I still
like. I do. Normal. I still like Steel, but there's just more.
Normal
about
has
I like.
lot of good Pokemon and good moves, and Steel is just never a type I go. Man, I mean I've beaten the game with normal Pokemon before, so that's probably how I judge it on too.
I'm on Normal. I like the idea of Normal going far in this tournament. That seems fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a
Cinderella story, as it were.
I also love how in was it in Pokemon Ruby and Silver, you're the kid of the one of the gym leaders who just lives there, and they're the normal type gym leader, and their name's Norman.
Oh yeah,
like they really hammer it home.
Yep. Yeah, I like. Yeah, anytime. Yeah, when you got the normal type. And I mean Snorlax. Snorlax, I have a plush. My wife has a plush of Snorlax, and my wife has two plushes of Snorlax actually, because we have one Christmas one and one non-Christmas one.
I have a beanie cap of Snorlax. Like that's still one of the things that I kind of.
This is a great fucking pillow, by the way. My giant Snorlax
Yeah.
plush. I love this. It's a great pillow.
I think Snorlax was
the
also
pillow
one
looking
of
at
the
before.
first, because that was an early Beyond Bulbasaur episode. It was one of the first MS Paint drawings that I felt like actually kind of looked okay.
It's hard to mess up
So.
drawing a Snorlax.
Yeah. All right.
It is
so
MS Paint, so
normal will progress.
yes.
Now we got ground versus bird.
Ground easy
yeah,
because
I'm
bird is
still
one
kind of on
Pokemon,
ground.
and it shouldn't even be in there. So and ground's a real type that has good fucking Pokemon. You can't vote for bird.
I can certainly vote for bird because,
You do
like I
whatever you
said,
want, but that'd be
because of all the stuff I said before. Also, probably if you use a ground type move on Blankum Blank, it probably is immune to it.
It might just be neutral. I think
Because
I think in general,
because I think that it being bird type has all of the has all of the stats of flying. I'm pretty sure.
When's the last time you played as missing number?
Well, the last time I played as missing number. Yeah, no. I've defeated him. Not recently though.
I've used them. Not very good, by the way.
Yeah, he's a Pidgey. He has I believe he has Pidgey's stats.
Yeah, he's not very good. Young Mike did not know that. Young Mike's like, "What the fuck is this? This is awesome." So
I would catch the arbitrarily high level Pokemon sometimes. The ones that were like level 155. And then you could use rare candies on them to get them up to level 255, I believe, if I remember right. But you'd have to duplicate your rare candies.
yes, which I did.
So my vote's for bird. What are you thinking,
Ground.
Jordan?
nah, I'm still kind of on the ground for this one.
Thank you.
Okay.
John. Please get this
Well, there
joke
goes-
thing out of here.
There goes that Cinderella story. But that's okay. At least it was represented in the tournament. All right. Back up to the elemental region. In the finals of the elemental region, we have water versus electric.
Wookie.
Squirtle versus
That's a little
Pikachu.
tough. That is a little tough because, like,
yeah.
I like electric, but water to me is always going to be like, I mean, yes, electric is, strong as water, blah, blah, but water's just the go-to. Like, Pikachu is the mascot of
Yeah.
Pokemon, but fuck Pikachu sometimes. Like, I love my freaking water Pokemon. I always have electric and water, but water is a starter.
And I hate to just disregard electric like that, but I am kind of more towards water. Like I'll always have a water on my team, even if I have a grass starter. I try to make something that's
Same,
right?
Water, just because it's so useful.
And surf.
Right. I just feel like water's got a deeper bench. Like, yes, electric has Pikachu, but it's like Pikachu, Zapdos, and then like, I don't know, Raichu and the other Pokemon that are just Pikachu.
I like a lot.
Electric
is like a dog, like electric Pokemon I use like every time I get him. He's in Gen 3 and on, I want to say. That's one of my go-tos.
But there's just so many iconic. I mean, Lapras. I love Tentacruel so
Lapras
much.
is actually ice.
Yeah.
Well, Lapras is water ice, isn't it?
Actually, I
It
forget
might have
if it's
changed as the gens get later.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I remember being ice, but I don't use Lapras ever because it's a later Pokemon.
Yeah, water ice.
Well, Lapras is just I love the story of how, like, in Gen 1s and even in the Fire Red Leaf Green, it talks about how it was endangered. And there's people always talking about like how I would catch a bunch of them and like in later gens I would breed them and then like release them into the sea and stuff like that. And then later on, like later Pokedex entries, like thanks to breeding programs, it is come back from the from the brink of extinction. And
It
everyone's
is
like,
cute that they did.
it's
that,
like we
yes.
did that.
Okay, so we're voting for Lapras.
Yeah, water.
Water for me, yes. Fire would have beat electric too, just to let you know, had it been an option. If it was here. Fairly Odd Parents meme.
Sometimes you got to take out.
Fire, if I had one.
Sometimes you got to you take. Sometimes sometimes your headliners fight it out in round one. All right.
Yeah.
Here's legit. Ghost versus Dark. I don't even know where I'm at. Mike, why don't you start this one off, because you seem to be very sure of yourself. And these were both ones that you went against.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, I'm aware. I mean, I don't like Ghost. Don't ignore the giant Gengar plush. He makes a good pillow too. Ghost is not my favorite. Dark, I like more than Ghost. And I actually have used Dark abilities and Dark moves where I never use a Ghost ability or Ghost Pokemon. They don't interest me. I just think I like Dark better.
Where are you at, Jordan?
Ghost Eevee evolution. There's that too.
As much as I love Ghost, it's like with Fairy. Like, I will talk like some of many things there, but I think I use Dark more than I would use Ghost. I think that I've used more things, and if I have to get down to it, one of my favorite Sing Zangoon when its Galarian type is Dark. Like it got a Dark type instead of the normal type it is.
Yeah.
And it gives that punk rocker look. And like you're right, like the punk rock things using Dark and stuff like that, it's fun because in Japan it's not dark, it's not exactly dark as in like, shadowy and stuff like that. It's just supposed to be like bad, like
you're fighting dirty
kind of thing. Yeah. So like Dark,
I did not know that.
So Dark, yeah. So Dark to them is like punk rock or the heel, which is why, what's the Fire Cat's final form?
Lariat?
Yeah, he used Fire Lariat, but I mean like,
I don't know his name. Sorry.
Oh god,
Incineroar.
Incineroar. He's like a lot of the times, like I love the things that depict him. Like, yeah, he's the heel. He fights dirty in wrestling and stuff like that. But it goes full on like that's just the show. Like how that he's a wrestler. That's just him doing on the act. He's fine. He's a nice guy, but he knows his job, and his job is to look like a badass and to hype up the crowd. So that's why he like does those over the top like fire and dark moves.
All right, so Dark type is entering the final four. Yeah, I think maybe I was like slightly leaning towards Ghost, but I have no issue with Dark.
You like Dark too, though.
I do like Dark a lot. Yes, I have no issue with Dark progressing. Yeah, it's just one of those where like maybe I would have. I mean, I like a lot of these types because I like Pokemon.
Yeah.
And especially
true statement.
We've eliminated. I mean, it was in the final. It was in the Elite 8. 8 out of 20. And then it went up against Dark, which is that's a strong one. All right, flying versus grass. See, this is interesting because they're so different.
Yeah, this one's
It's like, look, I love the starters, but beyond the starters, like, are there great grass types?
My favorite grass type is, I think, Trophius is his name. He's in Gen 3. He has the bananas on him. But he's a grass flying, so that doesn't win my argument. But I like that Pokemon a lot.
Yeah, Trophius. Yeah.
No, I like Trophius. I like he has a banana beard.
Yeah, he's one of my go-to when I play Gen 3. He's my go-to grass flying Pokemon.
Like I mentioned, Obama and Exeggutor. Those are definitely really strong. I kind of feel like almost every flying Pokemon is a lot of fun, and there's a lot of, maybe not everyone.
Grass is slower. Like it also is a harder type to play, And like, especially if you're talking like Gen 1, for example, there weren't as many grass moves. So like, I remember Vine Whip, like, and that had like 10 PP. Like, they weren't. Grass was never a big one to choose.
Well,
I mean,
I
grass
think
gets better, but it's not. Flying is pretty good.
yeah, I think grass also. I feel like I either have a grass type or an electric type on my team. I'm pretty much always going to have a flying type
because you already have water usually. So
yeah, and I'm gonna have a water type on my team. Yeah, I think flying is just more essential, and also like up until Gen 6, you have to have a flyer on your team, and I like the fly HM too. Like I think it's fun. You know, you fly up in the sky and they miss, and then you come back down and hit them. It hits pretty hard. You know,
I mean, it's a great HM, second best by far.
If I didn't know all the numbers of everything, then I would probably like not even, you know, it's like I think it does like 40 damage or 60 damage or something as opposed to 80 or 100. But whereas there's other flying type moves that are better or whatever. But like if I didn't know that, like I probably still would just keep fly as my default flying type move.
I mean, it's always my default.
All right, so moving to the final four.
Not what I expected either.
Oh man!
Again, this contest was.
How did this happen?
What?
Either normal or ground is going to make it into the final four.
Hey, you wanted a Cinderella story, you said.
Yeah.
I mean, ground is the worst.
I disagree. And
I mean, it has the little gimmick, but it's a fighting energy move. It's weak.
I mean, normal is better.
Bulbasaur. Yeah,
but ground is not the worst. It's just out of these two, yes, it is the worst out of these two. But that's
normal's at least interesting. It's got the most Pokemon.
And got second most.
It
second
is
most
after
water.
Water's yeah.
Oh, water's first. Damn.
Yeah, water's first. Normal second, and I forget what it said the third was, but it's hold on.
Bug.
No, I don't think it's bug.
No.
Hold on. It actually
it's like poison or something.
Oh, there are a lot of poison Pokemon, aren't there? Or flying, maybe. There's a lot of birds in this game.
I know in water and normal, it actually points it out.
I mean, I would just say normal.
Grass is the third.
Because normal does have a lot of good Pokemon, and it is still better than.
And the thing is that despite the fact that like normal is just supposed to be taken as like, oh, it's only its baseline, it's very versatile. It's like there's only a few Pokemon that technically are just normal, and if they're just normal, they usually have some good reason for it.
Hey, that normal trainer in I think it's Gen 2, he's a fucking asshole.
With the Miltank?
Yes, he's an asshole. And
ground
Pokemon, you just bring a water, you're good to go. You won.
Normal,
grass, you won.
You've had a great run, but I don't think you're making it past this next round. I think water's in the finals, right?
Easy.
Yeah. I honestly
so that was for the audio listeners. I probably am going to do this as a video. I think I like doing this as a video.
You should. Then they can see all my Pokemon I keep holding up. When I say like
we've had a couple of visual gags, but this will be available on the audio feeds. But water versus normal, water takes it. I think
water.
Pretty.
I really like water.
Strong. Now, dark versus flying. This is interesting. This is another one. Is like, how did we get here?
We got
flying beat grass. How did that happen? Flying.
I would still say flying over dark, but I personally like flying more. Dark has never been my go-to, where flying is my go-to. So that's what I'm basing that on there. I mean, I do like dark, but I like flying a whole lot more.
Yeah.
See, dark. Okay. I'm just gonna say. Well, actually, flying I did seed pretty high. Okay, this actually isn't as bad as I thought it was. I had Dark as the 4 seed for this, and I had Flying as the 5 seed. I actually had Water as the 6th seed, and Normal as the 18th seed.
Okay,
but
this is kind of a little bit hard for me, but I am kind of leaning more towards Flying, and there's a secondary reason to it that I'll get to when we get to the finals. If Flying wins,
okay.
If not, I'll still explain it whether it wins or not. But I am kind of like leaning towards Flying. It's
just a good type.
It just feels in general like as versatility at this point.
Yes.
Right. Anything can have Flying as a secondary type, or as a
so many do.
Flying can do everything.
And it's fun. It's a fun type.
Dark is fun too. Dark has Scrafty.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But Dark doesn't have Pidgeot.
I'm not a fan. So I'm not a big fan of the Pidgey line. I will say Gen 1. Gen 1, most of the flying types I'm not a big fan of. My flyer is either Aerodactyl or Doduo. And Doduo doesn't even look like it should fly.
Doduo doesn't fly.
No, it does.
It has
At least
flying
in
type.
Gen 1 it does.
I mean, it has flying type, but it doesn't fly. I don't care what the type says. I've seen that bird. It don't fly.
It fast travels. It can learn to fly and it fast travels. So that's
personally,
all that matters.
I love the joke things where it's just the head spin.
Yeah, I mean it seems like it's an uphill battle. We've been going for a long time.
Well, I mean, I vote fly. Jordan votes fly, so your vote is relevant.
Yeah. Well,
Sadly.
I've changed Jordan's mind before in my life. I don't think I've changed Mike's mind before, but I think I'll concede. So it is Water versus Flying in the finals.
So the secondary reason I was going with Flying is because this kind of reminds me of Kyoga versus Ryakusa.
Who would have thought these would be the last two?
I mean, I think
Water makes sense.
Yeah, I think Water makes sense.
That's still one of my favorite like jokings about how like Groudon comes for Kyoga on just like a one by one sprite of land to fight, and he's like I'm ready for you, bro. It's like I've got the entire sea. It's like, and you've just got that one land. I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to fight you. And then Ryakusa is like in like Emerald's has to come down. It's like, will you just stop?
All right. So Water versus Flying. I mean,
to me, it's not tough. Even though I have been a big champion of flying this whole time, I do love Water. And Water is just one of those elements that it's just perfect to me. Like Water and Fire in Pokemon, and Water's still better. Even though I don't agree with that Water beat Fire in this, but Water is one of the best elements in Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, I probably would have. I mean, if the bracket was
most of
different, I think there are other types.
Water.
I think there are other types that would have been closer. I think the bracket kind of got busted. Well, I think it got busted when I made it. I think I should have broken up. I should have broken up the elemental region and the supernatural region.
Maybe
because those, because like I think Ghost I could make an argue against Water. I think Psychic I could make an argue against Water. I think Fire I could make an argue against Water. But Flying is, I mean, I would have chosen Dark over Flying. I did choose Flying over Grass, which seems even that
but you don't like
an upset.
Grass.
So I don't know. Yeah. But you know what? At the end of the day, Water beat Fire. Water beat Electric.
Yeah, I'm still unhappy about that.
Normal beat everything, and Water beat it. Flying. I think the fact that it was a thing where, like, I mean, this is how single elimination works. Dark had a really tough bracket, and then played a bad game against Flying.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we ended up here, and I just think it's water. I think it's water.
I
Yeah.
say water.
I say water too.
All right. So congratulations, Water, for winning the Beyond Bulbasaur March Madness bracket for 2026, along with was it Red and Bulbasaur? I think
I don't
Bulbasaur
remember.
won last year.
Oh geez, I forgot which of the starters won last time. It might have been Bulbasaur. Yeah.
We do these each year, but I don't remember by the time the year comes.
If we have listeners, then we could have a wiki.
I don't have a wiki either. Trust me. I wish I did. I really wish I had a wiki. I want someone to make one. For my
Normally,
podcast.
I have a better memory of these kinds of things too, but
I think it was Bulbasaur. I'm pretty sure it was Bulbasaur that won. And Red won.
This podcast is called Beyond Bulbasaur. So.
Yeah. Well, we're supposed to get beyond that. So
yeah,
we are beyond that.
Are you sure
And
it was Totodile, the dog Pokemon that won?
Congratulations to Water. I don't do these marathon podcasts as much anymore. Usually my podcasts are like 45 minutes. This is a little longer. Well, thanks everyone.
Normal for me.
Jordan, do you have anything you want to plug?
No. I was just on Mike's thing for talking about Ghost in the Shell, and I think that's coming out before this. So
oh, cool.
It'll be after this.
Oh, after this, I got it backwards.
It should
again.
be after this. I wouldn't count on it, but it should be because it comes out early April. So
that was fun.
Yeah. Okay.
But
the movie or the show?
I would assume.
The movie.
I mean, we did. I assume.
95.
Yeah.
Not the Scarlett Johansson movie.
I do like that movie, but that's because I just like her a lot. I really like Scarlett Johansson. But that's the whole.
I never saw the movie, but I did ask my friend who's on the movie roundtable, Nick, who is Chinese, if I was allowed to like that movie. And he said it was okay. So, although I understand also that he's Chinese, he is not Japanese, but I acknowledge there's a difference there.
To be fair, the character is a cyborg, so
yeah,
it doesn't. I mean, she's created anyway, so it doesn't matter what race she is because she's not really any race. Cause
and like
not human.
Me and I think it was Joe who brought up that her body's supposed to be as most nondescript of every person there is. Like complaining about like what nationality, what she is more of just a matter of taste and more of what people's own hangups are than that. I mean, I understand. Yeah, you want like for certain things you want representation.
We don't need to. We don't need to go into that much detail.
It's a good movie, though.
This would be an unforced error if we go into that much detail on it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I have an Asian friend, and he gave me permission. I have not seen the movie, so I'm not actually passing.
You should watch
one way or the other.
The anime.
The
anime is worth watching.
The anime is great. The anime is one of my all-time favorites. It's a great.
Scarlett Johansson. I mean, I would say watch anything with Scarlett Johansson, and just because she's in it, but that's a whole different conversation. Oh, you can find me on Games My Mom Found podcast. That's over 900 other episodes. So.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening. Thanks. Like, comment, subscribe. Watch the YouTube version on the YouTube. Yeah.
You can see me hold a Pokemon.
Until next time, remember that you are the very best, like no one ever was.